Hello everyone, happy full moon eclipse in Taurus, November 8th, 2022. The high peak for this full moon eclipse, 3:01 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 16 degrees 0 minutes. Now this full moon is in Taurus, and the energy for this full moon and the focus for this full moon as we go into the astrology reading, then into the horoscope reading, we have Uranus retrograde, the moon, and the north node in Taurus. And its opposite sign has the south node. It has retrograde, retrograde south node. It has Mercury, the sun, and it has Venus. All right, so a lot going on. And Venus is in Sag, but close enough to Scorpio. So Scorpio has the south node, it has Mercury, and the sun. So we're in the Scorpio season, and when I was looking over the chart earlier, we're in that Scorpio season still. And we will get to that message later on. I felt the strong connection that you have with the Taurus energy and the Scorpio energy, and how this can complement each other in grounding, but also staying focused and doing what is best for us. So this full moon, it's very much hitting close to home, where we're thinking more of what is best for us. Okay, so we're thinking about what are the best choices and things that kind of hit home for us more. So we have a lot of messages, a lot of thoughts, a lot of feelings coming towards us, our own thoughts and our own experiences with people we know, people we don't know. So this time is such a powerful day, a powerful Tuesday, okay, where we I know that I can feel the energy of the eclipse, where it's not as before where it's chaotic. It's more observing everything and seeing everything happening around me, okay? So that's the best thing to do with the eclipse energy, is really to observe it and to observe yourself. So you're observing what's going on. And this full moon, we're seeing a lot of our experiences around what we're thinking. Okay? So let's get into this conjunction of Uranus with the moon. So Uranus is associated with unexpected changes, freedom. It's associated with discovery, technology, um, being original, innovative, and also what you can do to progress yourself forward. So a lot of the planets are in the area of the chart where we're doing a lot of thinking, like I was saying before, and relying on our instincts. So you may find yourself thinking about the experiences you're having with others or past, trying to really get things organized in a way that it works best for you, because Taurus is about what they possess and their home, and they really want things to be in its best possible way. And they're ruled by Venus, so there's this strong desire for love in everything that they're doing, the need for love, even if they won't show it, and very giving and caring to those they care about, right? So most of the planets are between the fourth and the ninth house. So a lot of our experiences will be generally in that area, right? So everything within our personal world and everything going on in, say, TV land, but it still affects us, right? So everything that's going on. So the full moon in Taurus And Taurus's opposite sign is Scorpio, so I was talking about that. And we're still in Scorpio season, so a lot of this energy is bouncing back and forth between what's best for ourselves, our emotions, how are we thinking, and also Venus is very strong, even though it's in Sagittarius. So a lot of things that's going to happen with travel too. Okay, a lot of changes in travel. I've noticed that already. You'll see it in the news, right? So a lot of things will take place with that, and with this Venus so close to the sun, we're really thinking about ourselves and what's best for us. And also Scorpio is about getting money. So there's a lot of energy around receiving money, and you'll see in the news that a lot of pilots are thinking of renewing their contracts, right? And and Sagittarius energy is very much to do with contract, and they have that Venus there with them. So it's a lot about what works best for me, right? Because Scorpio knows its value, just like a pilot knows its value of operating a plane and flying, and it's a service that's needed. So we can see that manifest there. All right. So a lot of us may be doing a lot of thinking and coming to a lot of realization of things that we need to really have a deep understanding of. Excuse me, I was cooking, so and I just lit some incense in the other room, so it's like all the spices and the incense. So we're coming to a lot of realization of things that we really need to understand. Like we might know something, but we really need to understand it and have it settle in and sit in, and think of it in the best, highest possible way, right? And then finally accepting whatever it is that we're thinking about, whatever is the most important thing in your life right now. So this new awareness can benefit our growth, right? So it's adding on from last eclipse that we had and the growth in that, and also what was happening to us maybe in spring, and seeing how that may shift in our experience now. And for me, I can't think of what happened during the last Taurus moon. I didn't think back to that, but it was still the idea of maybe what you want, whatever that experience was back then. It might shift in some way, but it might still be an issue for you now. So look into that. And also keeping in mind that the eclipse energy lasts for 6 months. So whatever is important to you right now, make sure you're making that shift, those changes. But when it comes to a an eclipse, you don't want to do anything new on the day. You want to just observe the day, move through the day, and then tomorrow, the next day after, the eclipse, or, you know, the day after that, then allow that eclipse energy to go through before you do anything new. Okay? It's still a full moon, but it's an eclipse. So we need that earth grounding energy to do its thing and shift and then move forward. Now, when the moon conjuncts Uranus, you may experience the need to change up some things in your life, right? And this could be based on your emotion, and it could be tied into how you're feeling and the need to feel free, and any kind of issues around family. So you may feel yourself thinking and experiencing different emotions. So it's best to keep these to yourself and just observe what is going on around you. You can share some thoughts, but it has to be well thought out before you speak. And also, certain things you don't have to share, you just have to take in information, right? And we're in Scorpio season, so remember, it's a very secretive season. It's about receiving information, not, giving out a lot of information. And it's good to note that it is an eclipse time, and you may feel the need to change things and feel the eclipse energy 2 weeks before the eclipse. And like I said before, in the following 6 months, you will be feeling that. So using this eclipse time energy to maybe meditate for almost up to 60 minutes on, something that can ground you, neutralize, right, yourself, and just to also see how things work best together, and what doesn't work, just pretty much let it go. Okay. But in this full moon eclipse time, we're in a lot of deep thought. So, you know, the changes or certain things that's outside of your control, you might not be able to control those changes, because it's something that maybe you're not in control of changing, but the shift or the change that will happen, I feel like a lot of unexpected changes, and changes that you might not necessarily want, but you're going to move through them. Not everyone, just like on a bigger picture, will move through them, but it's going to be good changes. All the changes that happen, it's going to work out for the best. And a good energy to work with on this full moon and in the eclipse is really meditating on like the moon energy, your emotions. Get your emotions in balance, okay? Another one is the Venus energy, self love, what's important in love. So, really understanding that, okay? The Venus energy is very strong, and the Neptune energy is very strong as well, okay? So, a lot of meditation would be really good. Dream work meditation, before you go to sleep, when you wake up, those are your powerful times. Using manifestation techniques. Neptune has to do with like fantasies, right? But and illusions and your imagination. But you can use that in, the law of attraction, in manifesting what you want, in meditating on what you want, and really bring yourself to where you want to be. So remember that we're also in Scorpio season. So Scorpio is ruled by Pluto, it's ruled by Mars. It's ruled by a very strong sense of self and determination, and also the spirit world, right? All the water signs. But Scorpio has that fiery energy. So if you have Scorpio in a very powerful part in your chart, it's a great time to do some work on yourself, something that will better you. You can think of it as a technique, a positive technique that you can use to better yourself in your life. It is a Taurus full moon, and it is an eclipse. So eclipse is sometimes referred to as chaotic energy or shifting energy, changing energy, and it's a lot of important work that can be done. If you look at it in a chaotic way sense, then there is something that needs to happen, because there were things happening before that led up to that, right? Kind of like the Tower card. There's things that were happening that led up to this shifting moment. And I don't take eclipse as like some kind of scare tactic, or like, oh, this is like, horrible. No, it's depends on the person and what they're experiencing. But working with the energy around us, because nothing is always perfect and good all the time, but it's about how you communicate with yourself and how you communicate with others, and if you care. And this can be applied to so many things. So how you communicate with yourself, how you communicate with others, and what's your level of care for something. So again, the moon, Venus, and Pluto are very strong energy points to focus on at this full moon. The element of water is very powerful, so it's the strongest element to really focus on healing, okay? And it is needed by that Earth Taurus energy. So it's really filling ourselves up and filling ourselves up with what we need for our stability. So I like to look at it in that way. All right, so let's take a look at our horoscope reading for all the zodiac signs, okay? So let's start off with Taurus. Okay, so we know Taurus has the North Node, the Moon, and the Uranus energy. So thinking about the changes that you need to make, the shifts that you need to make in your life, this can be very powerful. This is happening for you in the 8th house. So this is happening in your opposite signs house of Scorpio. So looking at what benefits you, okay, financially, survival, what is best for you. And really, for Taurus and anyone with a strong Taurus placement, you're really focusing on what will elevate you, what will bring you to where you need, and really protecting your energy. Okay, protecting yourself from um, more chaos and so forth. So whatever it is that you're going through, know that you can apply the eighth house energy. Meditate on anything that has to do with the eighth house will be beneficial, and also anything that will bring you to your life purpose or where you need to be right now. Close that door, close that book, start a new chapter, move forward to where you want to be. And a lot of Taurus might be using technology more, and coming out of their shell, in a sense, and coming out of their own shyness or insecurities. So just realizing your value and moving forward, because we all have value. We all are like babies or kids, right? We all have that core desire, and we have to fill ourselves with that. So Taurus can really benefit from focusing on what is benefiting them, what are they receiving, right? And look at your resources and look at how you share them and make sure that it's balanced and it's something that's agreeable for you. All right. Aries, you are still in your healing phase. It's still important for you to heal. It's important for you to realize that this is like a great time for you as well. A lot of you have the fortune energy here. You have Chiron healing energy. So this is a great time for you to focus on your love relationship. You're in the house of Libra, so partnerships, being aware of the person that you care about, what they need, and they're aware of what you need. So this is like a great happy moment for you. So at the eclipse, you could be spending time with people that you care about the days leading up to the eclipse. Okay, even the day before the eclipse can be a fun day for you, a good day for you, and moving forward. All right, and just realizing that asking for what you need and actually putting your needs first and making sure that your health is good is very important. So let's look at Pisces. Okay, so for Pisces, excuse me, for Pisces, you have that Neptune energy, you have the Jupiter energy. So using these in work, in health, in how you apply what you need for yourself for your daily life, a lot of you could look into your health as well, okay? Making sure that you're taking care of your health and doing what is best for you there. When it comes to work, being very grounded in work, picking something that is solid and something that will bring you stability. Aquarius, you are focusing on, or should be focusing on, what is best for people that are close to you, like your kids, enjoying your life, having fun, being creative with your life, just changing up things that you know you're tired of. It doesn't work anymore. It's not something that you need. It's all about letting go. It's also not getting yourself involved in anything that is negative. You know how to switch the story, the conversation, and I think that will be really good. You're in the house of Leo, so if you know any Leos, you can reach out to them and give them some positive kind of feedback, or even uplift them, or give them good advice. Be there for them. Maybe something creative. Maybe plan something fun. Maybe that Leo isn't willing to listen, so you can maybe do something creative and fun with them. I felt that message coming through pretty strong. Also, there is just a need to even take a trip, a vacation for yourself. There could be a need to plan out your future and making sure that you have good retirement, or maybe moving to a new home, having something to do with a home or stability. Okay. For others, it would be marriage, engagement, relationships. The relationship you have now and making sure it's healthy and strong. Maybe a new relationship, someone that you admire or that you're interested in. It could be your current relationship, someone that is a steady rock for you. So planning ahead for the future with them. Capricorn, for you, it is about taking a step back, not getting involved in something, letting others talk, letting them work it out, taking a different hands-off approach, but still being visual, still being there, still being present, and having a problem solve itself and not getting your hands messy. Okay, looking into family home, um, maybe helping out with a big project. This could be a family situation or a work situation, but making sure that things are flowing the way they should. There's safety, there is something has to do with safety or security, okay? And just making sure that things are done in a private way and that it is managed well. So that's the message just coming out for Capricorn. And I feel that that message will go to the right person. Now we have Sagittarius. Sagittarius, for you, this is about really thinking before you speak, thinking. Your actions are going to be very important for this full moon eclipse and for the next 6 months coming. So just being mindful of what you say, because um, you know, the tongue is very powerful, you know that saying. So it's really being mindful of what you're saying and making sure that it matches up with what you love, your heart, because you have that Venus energy. So there's a lot of love healing for you, a lot of self healing for you, and you can use that through words, through mantras, through affirmations. You're in this part of the chart where words can heal, and fundamental words. So it could be even chanting or sound healing would be something that would be good. And if it's something that you're not even used to, it could just be sounds, primitive sounds. It could be rain. It could be anything that is just soothing. Scorpio. Scorpio, you guys have the sun, you have Mercury, and you have the South Node. And this experience of the full moon eclipse for you is going to have to shift up your home life. You're in Taurus's home. You guys switch places. So this would be for you to excuse me, rethink your home situation and anything that has to do with home and or relationship or balance or one-on-one communication, and how you utilize your money, the things you value. Also, it could be, you know, looking at the outside appearance of things is not as important as your mind and how you feel. So it's kind of like, excuse me, you're in between this thinking of what is best for me, right? What do I need? What is best for me? What is most healing for me? So there's a lot of self thought there. There's a lot of also, you know, thinking of things that that are the safe route that you've tried before. So for the next 6 months, when you come up on any kind of challenges, stick with what you know. That could be very helpful. You can always be new and creative, but also do what you know works. And I feel that's a powerful and strong message. Now, for Libra, this is about thinking about yourself and what is best for you and being aware of yourself. You're in that Aries energy. So it's so important to realize that the attention can be strongly on you and what you're thinking, what you're feeling, what you're saying, and making sure that they all add up, and realizing that doors open and close. The message is really what you're putting out is coming back, right? So it's like making sure that that energy is flowing well. And the beautiful thing here is solutions, is that you find yourself coming up with solutions, things that work. And I feel like you're trying to move towards something that's a bigger structure than you, and you're setting your mind towards that. So make sure that you're clearing your path in a positive way that also reflects on how you communicate or treat others. So it's all flowing back to you in that way. All right. And the eclipse energy has a powerful way of bringing you closer to what you want and also closer to what you don't want. So you get to see things that need a closer look, okay? So this is like a powerful time to really think of how you're doing things for yourself, and every action that you take that is self-based, that you feel is positive and best for you, it's also going to balance itself out for the next 6 months. Okay, it will have its effect. It will open doors. It will show itself over the next 6 months. So whatever it is, it's like making the the sound best choice, okay, that you can over the next 6 months. It's about bringing yourself to where you need to be. There's no planets for you at this full moon. So it's really about the self. It's really about looking at what things look like and does that add up. It's a deep awareness of self. It's really going within. It could be so powerful to go within, because once you go within, it's working on the relationship with self, and then it could be benefit for the relationship with others. Now we're at Virgo, no planets. Um, it's really the focus on what you can build instead of destroy, okay? And giving yourself that time to think, to heal, to meditate, do a lot of dream work, a lot of hypnotherapy, right? So this could be something that is beneficial and healing for you, okay? And there was another sign that I was reading where I mentioned meditation. I can't remember who that was exactly. I know it was like Sag. I'm pretty sure it was Sag. So, it would be very, very important and beneficial to also do hypnotherapy too. That could be something that could be, very useful. And there's just a great need to shift and change again. So, really look at your dreams and your feelings and your thoughts that lead you to where you want to be. But it all starts with your imagination, your visualization. That's going to be very powerful for you. And on this full moon, you can take advantage of meditating, right? And like the day after the eclipse, then you could do other things. But just like a mindfulness meditation on the eclipse, that's always good. And since it's an eclipse time too, for everyone, it's good to really eat light as well. Okay? And some people could even, if it works for them, if it's best for their diet and their situation, there's more fasting or just eating less or eating light and eating clean. Okay? So, all right. So I had to pause to sneeze there. Okay, so now let's moving on to Leo. Leo, there's no planets here, but the strong message for you is your goals and finding balance and harmony within family, groups, and friends, right? So it could be friends and groups, but they're like family to you. So these people aren't necessarily family, but you're reaching out to people that they're not blood family, they're more friends or groups, or you're associated with them. You might aspire to be like them in some way. Maybe they have something that you aspire to have. So you really look towards the future, um, in your relationships, people you're communicating with 2 weeks before the eclipse, during the eclipse, and 6 months after. It's all about what you aspire to get accomplished with your friends or a group that you're associated with, your goals, or someone. It could be someone related through marriage or that way, or a friend of a friend. So you want to have like this good relationship, okay? And for other Leos, it's people that are close to you. You want to make sure that you're having a good relationship with them, right? And that you're focused really on kind of like, especially if the person is close to you, you want to treat them like a friend, like, maybe not look at them in such a detective or serious judgmental way, but look at them from a different light. And there you could find more harmony, so that whatever you're contributing to the relationship, it'll be more harmonious, okay? Cancer. Cancer, you are dealing with a lot of misunderstanding, and also you are finding clarity in misunderstanding. And for a lot of you, this could be, you might find your release in your work or something else happening for you that is great. Okay, so if there's anything with relationship that's not well, then the work will be so much more better. And also, receiving like attention, or finding time with someone that you probably didn't have a lot of time with before, that this could be healing for you. So around this eclipse time, look at what you can learn from, and solving your own problems, being creative, and you're finding more power and more strength in these these days, but also for your future. I feel that whatever you put your mind to, you're going to receive that, you're going to get that. But also, this is a great time for you to figure out what it is that you want to do and make up your mind. I feel like a lot of Cancerian signs are making up their mind, and they're moving forward with some new plans, and also some old plans that you needed to complete, okay? And maybe something from the past is restarting up again, and it could be better, bigger, and better, okay? Gemini, you have Mars. So you have this Mars energy retrograding, still working for you. Where Cancer has Lilith now, you had Lilith before, and they're dealing with Lilith and relationships and so forth. Now, Gemini, you are in this Mars power energy, and Mars is trying to help you to focus on yourself and do what is best for you. So you can channel this energy in Sagittarius's energy of your work, thinking in a more higher way. Okay, so really thinking in this term of like more wisdom, like really, Gemini, you are known as a thinker, but you could be receiving more information, being in Scorpio season, being that it is a powerful full moon for Taurus energy that's very grounding for the Gemini mind. It can also have you 2 weeks before this eclipse, during the eclipse, thinking on philosophy, and just thinking on how people communicate, and really finding peace in chaos, and finding peace in everything that has to do with how we think, and how we think and what we experience shape a person, right? So it's really being selfless and looking at the totality of something, and it really makes sense to you. And Geminis can do that. It might not make sense to others, but you can see the straightforward actions of things. You can see the passive actions of things, right? Um, you can see what is hidden, because you're so good at communicating. You can hear what is not being said, and you can communicate in ways that not everyone will get. But then if everyone gets it, they may not say anything because they don't want to look like a fool, right? So it's really you using communication to make people think, and it will throw some people off, but then the others that really are aware will understand it, will know, okay? It's like a great showsman or something. Like you're just like a performer, or you already know that people don't listen even if it's the fact, so you put on a show, right? So this is you really utilizing words, printed words, publication, even you might feel inspired to go out more than you usually do, or travel, really letting go of judgment and feeling restricted. Okay, and that could also be a lot to do with how Uranus is conjunct the moon. So you are feeling that need to really flip things over and start things over, right? And a lot of Geminis will be receiving whatever information you're receiving, you attach it with that Mars energy and really focus on what is best for you and allowing yourself to move forward with that powerful way of thinking, okay? And it is an eclipse energy, but it still has that expansion, what's beyond the horizon energy for Gemini. So once this eclipse energy is over, it's what you want to do and moving forward with that even more. Okay, and you still have the Mars energy for a little while now, so definitely utilize it in a powerful way. And it could be slow moving, it doesn't have to rush into it, but you're still moving forward to where you need to be. Okay, so I hope that covers all of the signs. Okay, now utilizing the the energy of the moon, the sun, the eclipse, the earth energy, okay, within this eclipse, to really look at what isn't working, and then allow what isn't working to be a lesson, right? And not allowing that lesson to sit within your body, your physical body, your emotions, where it becomes a dis-ease, right? Letting go of what needs to be let go of, and allowing yourself to move forward. Again, this is like a water element full moon, okay? The second strongest element would be earth for this full moon eclipse. So anything to do with water, you might feel like you want to stay in the shower a little bit longer, everyone. You might feel the need to be around water. Um, I know that I've been feeling that need, so water as an element and grounding in the earth leading up. So it makes sense, okay? So I hope that you guys utilize this full moon eclipse to really sit back, relax, think, observe, and whatever reveals itself, if it's a person's behavior, if it's um, things from the subconscious mind, whatever it is, Taurus is no joke. And this Taurus energy is teaching you your safety, your security, where you call home is most important, where you're going is most important, okay? How you're leading yourself is important, and being wiser than yourself right now, right? So it's realizing that you don't have all the answers, but in realizing that, you are better off than someone that feels that they're right all the time. So it's so powerful for everyone to really sit with this energy of what is best for me, my home, right? And not doing things out of fear or anger, but out of love, right? It could be self-love, and it's also a protective energy too, a protective love, right? So yeah, I hope you all enjoy this reading, and I will see you in the next video. Please click like, it does help this channel, and I will see you guys next time.